everyone, I'm Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com, and today's topic is things aren't always what they try to make them seem. And I do offer service on my blog where if someone wants a posting done sooner rather than later, they can schedule it and go in, because I realize I have a lot of different topics out there and you may have something that you want to see show up this week versus waiting on me as the luck of the draw to pull what resonates with me. So this was a question that was sent to me in such a way. Now I'll go ahead and read the question. I'm warning you to take a deep breath because this one's a little charged. So as I move forward here, it says, question, despite countless Q drops and supporter in his favor, the Trumpet seems to have a hidden past himself. What stuck out to me right from the beginning is a highly eroticized relationship he has with his daughter. See the first few photos here. And if you go to my blog itself at psychicfocus.blogspot.com, I have the links listed in the posting. This question goes on to say, and here's some of the statements he made about her in public and on TV interviews. Again, if you can refer back to the blog, and I will leave a comment in the first comment that also lists these out. Second, in the summer of 1994, he attended several parties of his good buddy Jeff, who also owns a famous island. There he engaged in some adult activities with a 13-year-old and threatened to make her and her family disappear if she ever was to tell about it. Both the victim and another eyewitness of the above events have been threatened, ridiculed, and attacked to this day. This was just all made up. Probably wouldn't have made it into the court case and been corroborated by other witnesses. Can you confirm that Trumpet has indeed such a hidden past and not only knew about, but participated in such parties? So now you can see why this is so emotionally charged here. So I read this question and I needed to sit with it for a moment to allow, guides or source to figure out how to approach to answer this question. How are these things going to come to me? How am I going to get clarity to this question or appropriately answer it? Any of that kind of stuff. So then after that, I heard a voice that sounded like Trumpet's actual voice and realized that this is really going to come through more like an interview with his higher self. I understood the conduit of how this information was going to come forward. And I want to break it down into parts. And the first will be to address the pictures, because the pictures were specifically brought up in the question. And I get and understand that there is so much hatred toward this man that the alt-left, they are not going to stop. They take things out of context, they dig and dig to try to find something that appears to be questionable. I then hear, look at your own life, look at your interactions, and imagine having someone pick apart everything you say and do, and what story would or could they write about you based on a comment here, a photograph here, that kind of stuff. Then the messages that came through, they paused for a moment as if I was supposed to reflect on my own life. And I hear that he is many things, but a predator of young girls is not one of them. I then hear in his voice that he loves his daughter, has always been proud of her. Pics of her kissing him on his cheek, or sitting on his lap, or just that. His children are important to him. And like many dads and daughters, she's a daddy's girl, but nothing more. And the picture I featured, which is on the blog and on my video as well, I watched this firsthand in real time. And the scenario was that she'd recently had a baby and he was commenting on how great she looked so soon after giving birth. And then the story spun from there and they created a completely different narrative that just wasn't true. I then hear before he was president, he was a celebrity. He says things to entertain and it comes naturally to him, even though it may not be proper. I'm not saying that it might be, proper in the way that most presidents typically speak, but he's not a politician. He was not sculpted to be a politician. He was a celebrity first and in the public eye that way. He doesn't always subscribe to being politically correct, and at times is going to do things on purpose just for the attention to stir people up. That's who he is. That's his personality. Trumpet was against everything Jeff was doing on that island and is fighting to get it stopped in this country. Any rumor of him hitching a ride on the Lolita Express is just not true. It is true, they shook hands a few times and ended up at a few social events together, and that's about it. It's really Mr. and Mrs. Clinton that were thick with that person, and I even get that just like she helped to fake a dossier to start this whole Russian fiasco out there, which was a lie, and we all know that, she's putting fake info and court docs out there on Trumpet because she's still angry that she lost to him. I then hear there's two sides to every story. The narrative they try to push is only half the story and far from the truth. Regardless of what side you're on, be objective in your research and always question everything. Question, and really put critical thinking into everything that you see. And that was really all I had on this reading. I'd be really curious your thoughts of what you think and what you feel and all that kind of stuff. So I appreciate you listening. Feel free to check the links out on my blog, or like I said, the top comment. I'll list them out there as well. Again, I'm Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com. Thanks. Bye.